let's move on to a team who we also is massively amongst NFL nation seen as a team that is going to drop off as well, because obviously Sam Darnold's not in town anymore, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. They were managed to keep Byron Murphy though. They brought in Jonathan Allen, Javon Hargrave, Will Fries. They're pretty active around on the old free agency. Obviously, let Daniel Jones go, Sam Darnold go, Cam Bynum, Cam Robinson, Garrett Bradbury. I mean, a fair few names: Cam Akers, Jerry Tillery, a few older guys in there. And then within the draft, they drafted Donovan Jackson, the guard out of Ohio State, at 24. Second round took Ty Felton, the wide receiver from Maryland, at the 102 pick. Actually, only picked 5 players in the whole draft, so not a mad draft for the Minnesota Vikings. Welcome JJ McCarthy to the NFL. How do we think he's going to do?
Go on, Adam.
I think it might be a little bit of a struggle at first, and then it'll be okay, hopefully, for them. But it's difficult because he has spent... So his time at Michigan was very run heavy. Now, it's not that he didn't pass the ball, but it was very run heavy. He's now missed a whole season as well through injury. So if you put all of that into it, it is a little bit concerning. Obviously, you've got Kevin O'Connell there, who has done great with quite a few quarterbacks during his time. And so you would hope that he would be able to get the best out of him. I just think he's going to be a bit rusty at the beginning. And then you might see what he can actually do. The good thing that he has going for him is that he probably has not the best wide receiver core, but he's got a very good weapons for him. You know, Justin Jefferson, obviously, arguably the best wide receiver in the league. You've got Jordan Addison, who's shown how good he is. You've got TJ Hawkinson back at tight end. And I have to say, I think the drafting of Donovan Jackson is really, really good, because when he was in Ohio State last year, he played left tackle when Josh Simmons went out, and he was very, very good for them. And they obviously went on to win the championship. I think the idea of having him there, he can play guard and tackle, and Christian Darrisaw on the left as well, I think that has completely shored up the left side of the O-line. And if they were to get any injuries, then obviously Jackson could move outside. So I think that's a really big thing for them, and that's a really big thing for McCarthy to have that sort of safety net with them two there. So that's really good. Yeah, I think he's got a good chance of doing pretty well. I just feel like it's not going to be all guns blazing straight away.
He has got the quarterback whisperer coach with him, though, Kevin O'Connell, who I obviously got the privilege last season to interview him at the London games. He was so cool. He was easily my favorite people I've ever sort of given a question to on the podium and stuff like that. And obviously, hopefully we'll be able to see him again if we get the credentials to be able to go over to Dublin for the Steelers v the Vikings, which would be a lot of fun. So we'll get to see him hopefully live, Sky. Oh God, Shane's going to hate me. I've completely forgotten the name of the stadium.
Croke
Park. Very good.
I'm an ally of our Irish brothers, the Emerald Island. I won't do an Irish accent though.
Aren't you the fourth member in ECAP? Oh wait, different island.
Yeah,
right,
and I only know about them. I've not listened to any of them, but people keep telling me about them. So yeah, we'll get them on the pod.
I think I may have got the wrong island there, but it was a very tongue-in-cheek joke. I was making, to be fair.
JJ McCarthy, sorry, yeah.
Well, if you look around the team though for JJ McCarthy, it's not changed much. If anything, it's improved and got better. And there's some and Adam's point of Jefferson, Addison, Naylor. You didn't say Jalen Naylor, Rondell Moore, then TJ Hawkinson, Aaron Jones in the backfield, brought in Jordan Mason, who's a quite tenured running back as well. Josh Oliver's not bad as backup tight end. He's got He's got plenty. Would it be able to sort of mask some of the mistakes maybe that it makes?
I think, I don't know if you guys remember last offseason, I was like, I think JJ McCarthy's right for the system. But I think the thing that I was buying into, remember we joked like, could the Vikings, if they got to London with like a winning record, actually go under the radar? But that's the thing, they're not under the radar now. And like Adam said, this guy's come off of a season-ending injury, and I just think inevitably there will be regression. And I don't think it's on McCarthy. I just think the main weakness I see for the Vikings is still like, I don't know, is the secondary. And Flores takes a lot of risks with his blitz packages and stuff. And when you're in a division we've just reeled off 3 high-powered offenses, he's not a coordinator who changes the way he calls plays. Adam pulled a face when I said 3 high-powered offenses. They are.
Well, I think you could argue that you could say that all 3 offenses could easily be air raid type offense.
Yeah.
Rather than keeping.
Where the Vikings' way to beating teams is probably going to be what we saw McCarthy do with Michigan, is try and time a possession, run the ball. And I just don't know how that works when you've got so many playmakers, because the Vikings offense is set out to be just like Fred said with the other 3, air raid, pass the ball, which worked with Darnold. But I might get the guys. I could be getting years mixed up again. Is that not? Is it Christian Darrisaw knee injury? Yeah. That's how will he come back as well? It's a big question. Obviously, big player for them. And it's a bit different compared to like an Aiden Hutchinson on the Lions, where, things can be masked with talents elsewhere. The Vikings need guys like him to step up. So I don't know. I was obviously looking into it. They've not had lower than 7 wins since 2013. But I still feel like they're going to be in giving it away early, but like a 6 win window.
You say 2013. They've not.
Yeah, they were 5 and
really?
I think they were like 5, 10 and 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've had a few 7-win seasons, but they haven't been below 7 wins in that time. But they've obviously always just been like middle of the draft, and then had that.
I do think that it was a remarkable job by them to keep Brian Flores. I know he's not been. Say again.
Even Wes Phillips, I know he's from that McVay tree, but obviously he's got a good he could have gone elsewhere. They've done well to keep both.
Yeah, done really, really well. Really, really well. Let's sort of round up. What records have we got then? Because this is going to be. I mean, if you've not done records, it's fine. I have with what I think.
I have, but I don't believe in them.
Oh dear. Okay, this could be interesting then. I said I had everyone all really close together. Have you guys got them close together as well?
I've got 3 close together.
Really? You have the Lions only having 2 wins. That's crazy. Man.
No, I know. Jared Goff going into acting with Ryan Gosling to make Barbie 2. Breaking news. I've got the.
As per Adam Schefter.
I've got the Vikings at 6 and 11.
Okay.
At the bottom.
Who have you got at the bottom then, Adam?
The Bears.
You hate the Bears, don't you?
I don't have a specific record for any of them. I have the Bears. I think I'd probably come out and say that if they can go 9 and 8, they've done incredibly well. So I could honestly see all 4 teams having winning records on this one, but I think the Bears are the one most likely to drop off from that. So I'll say 8 and 9 or something like that.
I've gone 7 and 10.
Yeah.
I think that's not realistic than mine. I did. Yeah. I think that's fair. They won't have below 6 or 7.
Who you got in third then, Adam?
I have the Vikings third. I think that having McCarthy there will mean they'll lose some games early on, but I think they'll get like 10, 11 wins.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've got 8 and 9. I think it might be a bit. I think it might be a bit more of a step back. I think they had a lot of 1-score games last season. A lot of 1-score games went their way.
They did. I just, when you look at the talent on the roster overall, I just think that it might not take that much for them to win games now.
I'm sure you said.
offensively.
I'm sure you're saying something incredibly insightful, but I can't hear you. My Wi-Fi's going funny, so we're just going to move on. Sky, what did you have the record?
Oh, what for? Do you know what? I
For
don't
third.
like for third. The Lions.
Going.
I know. 9-8 or 10? No, 10-7. 10-7. Adam's face. I'm telling you guys, the Lions are regressing big time. He's going early here.
I again heard absolutely nothing of that, so we can have a double shock thing here. What Lions record have you got?
10-7 or 9-8, but you know, third. Yeah.
You're next to my division or something here. I don't know. I don't know.
We'll align later on in the other previews. Because Fred's gone. Fred, who have you got third? Well, you said the Vikings, didn't you? Adam, who have you got second?
I've got the Packers, 12-5.
Okay.
I've changed out my headphones because I can't hear you at all.
Okay, Fred, who have you got second?
I had the Vikings 8-9 right at third. I've got the Packers at second with 9-8.
I've also got the Packers second.
There you go.
What?
You know where this is going, didn't you? No, I'm going to say one. You know, I love a caveat, right? I think the Bears are going to push the Packers the closest. I do think in my head the Packers will win it, but in my heart, I don't know. I love a good story. The Bears from 0 to hero, and I think the division could be close in that. Like the winner's going to have 11 or 12 wins.
I'm so confused where you've gone with this. So wait, hang on a minute. You've got who at the bottom? You've got the Bears at the bottom with 5 wins.
Vikings, Lions, Packers, Bears.
What are we even doing anymore? What are we doing? The game's gone.
What?
So you've got Packers at what record? Sorry,
10-7 or 11-6, but they're second.
Okay, and then you've got the Bears going
11-6, probably.
Okay, well I've got the Lions top of the division at 10-7. And then the Packers at 9-8, and then the Vikings 8-9, and Bears at 7-10. Like I said, I've got this division super tight.
I am with you, Fred, in that. Like, I think the big numbers have gone from. I think there's going to be a lot. The schedules are tough, and it's a tough division. I think it is going to be about 11 wins that wins the division.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing it by both of us.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the big numbers going from it. I just think these teams are still really, really good teams, and I think that. So I've got the Lions top at 13-4. I just don't see such a drop off from these teams, and I understand that the schedule is tough. I agree with that, but I think they're probably all going to beat each other to a certain extent. So they'll all sort of like get a few, and then it's about how they do against the AFC North. And the problem is that with the AFC North, I think the Browns, obviously, that most of them will probably beat. The Steelers and the Bengals, it's not all fantastic. And then the Ravens will be difficult. So I think that's where you sort of start looking at them and you go through the schedule, and it's not that bad with them. It's just tough because when you look at the AFC North, you sort of go, oh, there's 3 teams that are definitely going to be in the playoffs. But I'm not so sure that's the case. But yeah, I think the big winning records will still be there. And but I think the Lions will win it, and it'll be tight amongst them top 3. I don't know where he is with the Bears. I can't even begin to understand what's going on in his brain.
I've got two takes of where, like, I think if someone gets 12 wins and gets above what me and Fred are saying, I think it's the Packers. I think Jordan Love is the most complete quarterback in the division if he's healthy. But I also think that the Bears are closer to winning this division, in my feeling, than I am confident of the Lions repeating.
But
I think they
you're
made a look
implying that you're going to that the Bears are going to go from a 5-12 team to
Yeah.
to essentially a 12-5 team.
The
I
Rams
know you
went
said
from 4
11 and
wins to the
6,
Super
but
Bowl.
like the same sort of thing. That's a hell of a change. And I know that they've bought in Ben Johnson, but what I mean, do you think he's the Messiah? What exactly are we doing here?
He saved Jared Goff's career. Why can he not do magic with Caleb Williams?
I just think,
I think you're just a year too early.
yeah.
I agree. I do agree with
No,
that. But
you
why
can't
not
agree with
why not
that.
go a
You've
year
just
early?
said they're going to win the
Go a year
division.
early. The Bengals went a year early. They made a Super Bowl and lost it. They're still in the mix.
Are they?
It can happen. Look, I know it's ludicrous. Maybe I'm an idiot and I am mental, but I'm doubling
When did
down.
we get ludicrous on the podcast?
The Bears. Do you know what it is? It's our mate Adam Rank. He's been in my ear, isn't he?
Bear down. Bear down. To be fair, the one thing you are forgetting is that all 4 of these teams are going to get at least 1 loss this year because Aaron Rodgers is coming back to the division. He still owns all of you. He owns all of you. And he's good. I still own the Bears.
Adam, do you think it's a bold take to say Aaron Rodgers goes 0-4 against the NFC North?
Yes, I think it is quite bold.
Well, I'm going to lock that one in as well. In doubling 0-4.
He goes 0-4 and the Steelers still win the division.
13-4 record. There you go.